If you're ready to buy or sell your home, then stop in at 4234 Market Street to let one of the agents at Howard Hanna Professionals help. Our friendly and knowledgeable agents can help you find the key to your dream home. Looking for a new career? Howard Hanna Professionals can help there too. Howard Hanna Professionals will assist new and experienced agents with the startup fees for an exciting career in real estate. Call Katrina Laurie at 814-726-2000 for more information.
Here at Casella, we make temporary dumpster rental easy, offering services that are perfect for construction, remodeling, special events, or other short-term projects. Casella dumpsters are available in a wide range of sizes to fit any job. Our dedicated customer service team will help you choose the right size container and service level for your project and schedule hassle-free removal based on your specific needs. The right size dumpster, when you want it, where you want it, removed when you say so.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very special edition of Coffee and a Conversation. Usually we're coming at you on Saturday mornings, but special circumstances for this one. This week we've got some important information to get out to you here in the coming days and for the rest of the month, and that's why we're joined by our good friends Ken Claycamp and Matt B. Dan Klotz at the Warren County Courthouse. And guys, we got some big stuff coming up. Show on the Road getting started on Tuesday, October the 8th, and Ken, I hear this is kind of your baby, your little brainchild here. So tell us a little bit about what is Show on the Road.
Well, starting tomorrow evening from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., and if we need to stay longer, we certainly will. In the past, the thought process was that people that are in need of services, any type of service, that they would seek out the organizations that would provide those services. We've changed that up. We're taking the show to them. We have 4 locations this October. October 8th we will be in Columbus. The following week, I believe the 15th, we will be at the Garland Fire Hall, and then the Tidioute Fire Hall, and then we'll finish up on the 29th of October in Sheffield. Some of the organizations, EOC, they do the rent assistance and the weatherization, and they have other programs. The Veterans Affairs from the county will be there. The Transit Authority will be there. I serve on the Transit Authority board, and I really didn't know a lot about them, but they do a lot of good in our county. If you need to get groceries and you don't have transportation, you have a medical appointment, or you want to go shopping, you can make an appointment for them to come in and pick you up, and they will take you to what you need. So they will be there discussing their programs. Shriners Hospital will be there. NPRC, the regional college, will be there. So it's pretty well-rounded for senior citizens and people who are not senior citizens. If you need or have questions, again, the Drug Task Force will be there, the sheriff will be there. If you want to apply for a license to carry, you certainly can pick it up, an application. And we're not going to, there will be no speeches. It will be what I call a la carte. You can come in, you can seek out or talk to and apply for services right there. Yeah. So it was something that the commissioner, we talked about it back in January, and we're following through with it.
Well, yeah, and I mean, it really seems like what people would maybe consider a traditional information fair, where you have all these various services and organizations coming out, and they're just there to like you said, help people if they want to consider carry. They want to learn more about the regional college. They want to learn more about transportation and within the county. But why was it that you felt as a group that it was important for you to go to the people as opposed to just kind of passively waiting for them to come?
Well, they're twofold. Number one, we recognize that some people don't have transportation. It's easier for them to come out to an event like this rather than traveling all the way to Warren. And the other thing that we found, and to me was a driving force, was that we have kids in 3 school districts in Warren County. You have the Warren County, you have the Corey School District, and the Titusville School District. The families who kids go to Corey or Titusville, a lot of times they're not aware of what services there are in Warren County. Where can I go? I'm short on money. I need food. Where can I go? And that's why we wanted to do that.
Yeah. As commissioners, we field a lot of calls. I know Pam, our chief clerk, gets calls all the time from people looking for certain services, and they just don't know where to turn. Obviously there's a 211 that they could call, but calling for different government provided services, they just don't know who to contact. So when Ken brought the idea to Tricia and I thought, well, this would be a wonderful way to get those agencies out there in the field, out to those remote rural areas where folks may not know what's available to them, give them an opportunity to attend one of these, show on the road sessions, if you will. And like Ken said, there's no formal program that we set up, but we've got the vendors coming, and if you've got a need for a certain type of service, that we can get you pointed in the direction as to who you need to see, that will be set up at one of the tables there. We have 25 vendors that are planning to be there, and the commissioners will be there and Pam to direct folks to the different tables. So when you come in the door, I have a need for X. Well, we can point you to the right person.
As opposed to walking in, it's just the
Right.
one is this one. Yeah, you guys kind of be there to.
Oh,
you
you're welcome
need this
to-
here, you go here.
Yeah. You're welcome to visit every one of them.
Right.
But if you've got a specific need, we want to make sure you get that connection.
But also the vendors are intertwined within the county, that if I go to senior helpers.
Right.
Because I have an elderly parent that needs help in their home.
Yeah.
And you talk to them and they find out that there's something else that you could use, they can send you to another vendor that is also there.
Yeah, I think we get caught up. I mean, generally speaking, everybody kind of gets caught up in the world in which they reside, right? And within that sphere who does what and when and where and how, and you're like, you forget sometimes that not everybody is aware that they can go here for this or here for that. And so this seems like a really good way to kind of just broaden the knowledge base for county residents.
And even with the regional college attending, the younger generation that's getting ready to graduate, they can come and talk to them and see where their path might lead them.
Yeah. Actually, it's going to accomplish two things. It will provide the services that people are looking for or guide them in that direction. And secondly, give the folks out there a little bit of knowledge about where these services are located at and how they can access it.
Yeah. Well, and like you said, with transportation, and sometimes people, it's not easy for somebody in, say, Torpedo, right, to come up here to the city, or even just to get to the courthouse sometimes for certain things that they may need. So I would think, this would be a great opportunity for some of the folks in those areas to, hey, I can go to one stop and get all of this information.
Or even to know, if I don't have transportation, but I have a doctor's appointment in Warren, I can call somebody and get a ride.
Yeah.
There was a situation that was brought to my attention. There was an elderly lady who is in the Rouse home, and she has a friend that lives clear out almost to Oil Creek Road out on top of Mickle Hill. And the transit authority was picking him up twice a week and bringing him in to visit her for 6 hours, and then taking him back home. And I think sometimes if we didn't have some of these organizations, where would we be? Transportation, there are people that they pick up and take to work that don't have cars, and then take them home.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely amazing. It opens your eyes. And we just feel that these are the people that we represent. It doesn't matter politics. There's no politics on this level. You do what's right for the people. And we thought this would be a good fit.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. I thought that, how you mentioned earlier that, some of these municipalities are not within the Warren County School District, because a lot of people do, you get information about services from, people are able to provide that to the schools.
Yes.
And they send it home to the kids, and then it gets passed on. But,
Yeah.
if you're somebody that's in the Corey School District, they're giving you Erie County information,
Exactly.
and it's not, necessarily pertinent. So.
Right. In Titusville, I mean, the folks down in Alger Township, Southwest Township, and probably out towards TDU, their kids go to Titusville. So you're absolutely right. They would get the information about Crawford County. So we're very pleased on the number of organizations and groups that have signed up. When we first started this, I was expecting 10 or 12, but to have 25.
Yeah. Well, what do you think that says about their impression of what the need is to get out in front of some of these people in the farm?
And what is, we have a couple that, to me is very impressive is they called me.
Yeah.
Hey, I heard you're doing this. Can we participate?
So obviously they know there's a need out there to
Right.
get the word out. We've got the 4 scheduled for this year, but we're looking at next year now. We're considering turning this into an annual event. And there are a couple of areas of the county that we're targeting for next year, and begin to put that together. Probably at a different time of the year. We've got other activities going on this time of year we want to compete with.
Right. Yeah. No, you don't want to compete with activities. You never know when we're going to get a freak snowstorm. We just started archery season, so the deer are up and moving. Yeah.
So that leaves us with June and July.
Right. But and again, and I know I've been talking with Chris and Melanie over at the EOC, is one of the groups that you mentioned, and they've been, I know they've been brainstorming ways to just get the word out about all of the different services they offer, because and I think that's part of it too, is just the perception that people have of, oh, well, EOC is maybe just for this, or the drug task force is just to go out and have year-long investigations that we then provide the results of, right?
And people are inquisitive, and that's why they're going to be there. If someone has a question, maybe they can answer. Obviously, they're not going to tell people the investigations
Right.
are going, but they're there.
Yeah.
And they want to be there.
Yeah.
So
And it boils down to, if you have a need, we're here to try to help you solve that.
Well, yeah, and like you said, I mean, just to give some people information, I was kind of joking right before we went on the air. I found some funny looking plants in my backyard. But I mean, I know people that's happened to, right? That they went out and they had some bigger areas, and they went, oh, this isn't supposed to be here. But even just to provide information on how you would report that and go about, if you wanted to have it removed or whatever, so that you're not finding yourself inadvertently on the wrong side of the law.
Yes.
And, the other thing to think about for us is that, yes, these folks live, and I was with the sheriff's office for many years, and out in Columbus, people would say, oh, what are you doing out here? You're from Warren.
Yeah.
Well, they associate with Corey.
Mm-hmm.
But we want them to know that you are still part of Warren County, and we care about you. And that's why we're here.
And so, you had mentioned this had been something that kind of started in January. What's really been kind of the evolution of this, and how did it, go from hey, how do we get, this information and to the people that are in the, the far corners of the county to, hey, let's just take it right to them.
It was, we want them to know what services we care about their needs. And it was an idea. And we did a letter, sent them out to 60, 70 organizations,
72, I believe.
and 25 responded back. And so we're gonna do it.
Now, are these same 25 going to be at all the 4 locations, or will it vary?
There are a few that will not. There's a couple organizations that can make 3, like 3 of them. And our thought was, do the best you can.
Yeah.
We know you're busy. We know you've got things going on.
If these organizations that can't make all 4 of them have some handouts and so forth, we're happy to take those and make them available at the session that they can't be at.
Now, if there's somebody that's watching this now going, hey, you know, my organization, we can't be there, but it would probably be good to get out in front of some people. How would they go about, you know, getting some of those handouts or things to you to make sure that information is available?
Pam?
Pam's our go-to person.
They can bring them in, and we will have a table of informational
Yeah.
pamphlets that, you know, even if the vendor is not there,
Mhm.
they can still get their information out.
If you have nothing to do on one of these Tuesday evenings, come on out, whether you need services or not, because there's going to be some kind of neat things given out. The county is going to give the disposable drug bag, where you can put, if you have prescriptions medication that you don't take anymore, and there's not a drop box close, you can put that medication in that bag with water, shake it up, it neutralizes it, and then you can throw it away. And the Red Cross, the rumor is that they're going to be handing out smoke alarms.
Hmm.
So
It is that time of year, so
it is.
yeah.
And you know, there's others I'm sure that will be having nice little trinkets. So we encourage it. It's part of our obligation, and we have from day one have preached that we have an open door policy, and we want to hear from the people. They're the ones that elected us. We represent all of them, and we do want to hear from them.
And how important is that? I mean, just as a whole, for you guys to find ways for people to understand that this is not just we're up here in the city and those surrounding townships, but this is a county body that represents all of them.
Yeah, you said it, county body. We care about everyone, every resident in this county.
Last week, Commissioner Glotz and I were up to the Wilderness Trail Court. They had some water problems up there. People had went several days without any water, and we went up. I can't remember what day, Wednesday,
Wednesday, so yeah.
And the folks, we were getting calls, and the people that live there, they were very pleased with the person that does the maintenance there. And when we were there, the former owners of that trail park were there helping him with the water, and they didn't have to be, but they cared. And I think that day, at least part of the park water was on. So they were supplying drinking water, but the other, for other needs.
Yeah.
They
We
didn't have.
received calls, just people elated and thankful that finally had the service back.
There was a young man that called me one day, and it was the day before we went up, and he was talking to us, and the next day he called me and he was giddy because he had water. So
Yeah.
I'm just happy that and again, we care about them. So
As the chief clerk,
Yeah.
I have to say, the care that the commissioners give and the attitude is not, well, that's not what we do. This new group of commissioners, not that the prior ones were bad, but Dan and Ken, they didn't have to go to check on these people to, what can we do to help? And that's what makes me feel good as the chief clerk, and to work with the commissioners that we have on board now. And it makes me proud.
Well, yeah, I mean, definitely something that, right, could have been just a phone call, like, hey, what's going on up there? You know, can we get this taken care of? But, you know, to be, you know, on the boots on the ground, as it were, and really seeing what it is that people need. Because, you know, you think about, oh, my water's shut off, but you don't always think about all of the different things that something as small as not having water for a couple of days can impact in your home.
Yeah,
I mean, our public safety director got involved.
Yeah, he went up with us.
when we went up there, our intent was if there was nothing being done to resolve the problem, we were gonna have to make arrangements to get potable water to them.
Right.
And so we started working on that, but we wanted to first check the situation out up there, see where things stood. When we got up there, we saw that there was already work being done on the system. The folks who were at it knew what they were doing, gave us a good feeling, but it also eased the minds of the residents in the park that something was being done. And if they couldn't get water through their own local system, we would find a way to get it to them with other avenues.
Well, and I think that, you know, that's almost reflective of the county as a whole, right? I mean, we're talking about a, you know, relatively small area that had a water issue. You know, I spent some time over the weekend going over to Lawrence. I was at St. Joe's and just seeing, you know, the generosity that the county had in getting supplies and goods and getting them ready. I mean, 2 semi trucks worth of stuff down to help people that have just been devastated by, you know, natural occurrences. You know, just I think it really goes to show when we work together, what really we can accomplish as Warren County.
Sure.
Yes.
And let's face it, we're losing some population. It's been an ongoing thing since the late 70s. And hopefully our message that, yes, we do care. If someone is looking to relocate to Warren County, at least they can be assured that they have officials that that want, or we have their best interest at heart.
Well, so again, just to remind everybody, so Tuesday night, October 8th, you guys will be out in Columbus.
The Columbus Social Hall, it's right behind the fire hall.
From 6 to 8 p.m. You're gonna have 20 plus, 25 or so-ish vendors on hand. So anybody in that area, come on out. You can get all the information you need. It'll be one-stop shop, so to speak. And you guys will be on hand as well to help guide and answer any additional questions that they might have. And I guess, what are you guys kind of looking forward to most about this show on the road?
Well, we're hoping that everybody who needs the services shows up and sees what is out there available to them.
And just because we're in Columbus, Garland, Tidiute, Sheffield, if you cannot make those dates, you are more than welcome to come to Columbus, to come to any one of the events. If you come to one and you still have questions, come on out to another one.
It's not limited to
It's not
the
limited
people
to
that's
Exactly.
particular municipality or geographic area.
And I would not be surprised when we're down in the Tidiute area or the Sheffield area that maybe some folks from Forest County, because they're that close.
Yeah.
And we're fine with that. No, it's no reflection on anybody, but if we can help somebody, we're good with that.
We're separate, obviously, but very much connected in a lot of ways. And a lot of our services, you know, Warren Forest High Ed, Warren Forest EOC, are very, very much connected.
Or if we have a vendor that is Warren County, we have somebody from Forest County that comes, they can direct you to the Forest County business that can help.
So again, if you are in one of those areas or just feel inclined to go to one of these events the next 4 Tuesdays, the 8th through the 29th, it'll be, let me see if I get this right, Columbus, Garland, Tiddity, and Sheffield. There we go. See?
correct.
All right. So Columbus, Garland, Tiddity, and Sheffield, the next 4 Tuesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. Go to the fire hall or the social hall behind the fire hall for Columbus. You can meet with the commissioners. You'll have a plethora of county services on hand, organizations on hand to get you the information that you need. So again, Ken, Pam, Dan, this seems like a really fantastic event, and hopefully it turns out well and it's something that you can keep doing in the future.
We're excited about it, yes.
And maybe it's a model for other counties in the Commonwealth.
And we're hopeful it will be a success.
And Brian, we want to thank you for coming out and helping us out with this.
Well, and that's what we're here for. So I'll give my pitch right now. I won't be at the information tables, but if you have news at yourdailylocal.com, if you got information you need to get out to Warren or Forest County, that's what we're here for. We're here to provide you the information, the news you need when you need it, and you can do that news at yourdailylocal.com. So again, Ken, Pam, Dan, thank you so much for taking some time, and look forward to seeing some people get some good information for you or from you over the next month.
Yes, thank you.
That'll do it for this week's episode of Coffee and a Conversation. Very special episode midweek for you. We will be back with another episode of Coffee and a Conversation this Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. on Your Daily Local. For Dan, Pam, and Ken, this is Brian Hagberg on Your Daily Local. Say thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Founded in 1978 and headquartered in Warren, Pennsylvania General Energy has become a leading oil and natural gas producer in the Appalachian Basin. PGE is a proud and growing organization making positive contributions to the region's economy and environment. We are equally proud of our commitment to safety and environmental programs. PGE is a strong, family-oriented company that believes in giving back to the communities in which we live, work, and play. PGE, producing the energy we need, protecting the environment we treasure.
Located at 16 West Main Street in Youngsville, Cam's Logging Supplies and Outdoor Wear's goal is to provide customers in Warren County with logging supplies, boots, and clothing at a reasonable price and within a short distance from home. We also offer so much more, including indoor golf and axe throwing, games of chance, and local pool leagues. If there's something you want and we don't have it, let us know and we will be happy to try and find it for you. At Cam's, we also sell hunting and fishing licenses and look forward to serving you. Give us a call today at 814-688-3146. Stop in and see us or visit us online at camsloggingSupplies.com.